we're on to episode number 2. While you have the wheels off the car, it's a very good opportunity for you to do the wheels when it's off the car. You'll get better reach, you can clean the barrel a lot more better, but more importantly, what you can do is you can inspect your tire for any damage, uneven wear and so forth. So that's also a good thing when you wanna when detailing a car and you're doing it to such an extent. So the process is going to be as follows. We're going to wash it, we're going to decontaminate it, we're going to seal it with a sealant. We're not going to put a what you call a ceramic coating on it. Would love to do that there, but this wheels needs a bit of a refurb before we do any of that type of work. Yeah, and then we'll put it back onto the car and then we'll have a look and see how's things looking. But for now, let me get all the stuff ready, show you what needed for this particular operation, and then take it from there. Let's go. So hopefully you can hear me. First things first is we're gonna knock off the dust like normal. Okay, so once all the dust is knocked off, what I like to do is I like to use my all-purpose cleaner on the tires, because this is one of the secrets to get a shiny tire, is before you apply the cleaner to the, before you apply any tire shine to the tire, and if the tire is dirty or it has the old tire shine on it, it's not going to stick nicely. So take my brush and I'll just, and you can see the dirt that's coming off from there. Clear up all of this here, and maybe we can just do a little bit on the inside as well. Right, then I think what we'll do is we'll knock that off as well, so it doesn't sit in the tire. You'll notice on my second runs I don't actually use the full force of the power hose. That's because I want less of a force so that the water can actually move the product away from it. So again, if you're doing this on a budget, you can use your all-purpose cleaner on the tires as well. On the rims, I don't know, because some of them are acid-based, might eat into the paint and things like that there. So you want to see, especially if you got expensive wheels like work wheels or split wheels. I'm not talking of that cast forged shit and all of that. I'm talking proper wheels. Yeah, you want to, you know, and especially if you have like carbon ceramic brakes and things like that, and you're doing it on the car, it might be a bit, how can I say, dangerous for the paintwork as well as the calipers and the brakes. So let me just get my wheel cleaner. So the first step in cleaning any wheels is to use some sort of iron out product and just spray the iron out product. Basically what this does is it loosens all the metal contaminants from the road that you might have got onto the wheels or might be stuck onto the aluminium, things like that there. That will loosen that all up. You'll see it will start turning purple. So we'll do the outside first and then we'll go to the inside as well. Maybe let's just do the inside barrel as well. Just flip this around. Careful not to scratch the wheel. Yeah, and then we'll knock it all off on the inside there as well. You spray your iron out. I think with the iron out, if you're doing it on a budget, you don't really need the iron out because you're on a budget. But it's a nice to have type of product. I think one of the better products out there, because you physically see it working in action. So if you look at all the purple, yeah, that's all the iron being removed from the surface itself. So what I like to do is I like to take my brush and just agitate along the surfaces and the edges of the iron out as well. Again, it's personal preference how you do it. You can see all the purple marring. This is iron out doing its work. This is a chemical decontamination. You also get a mechanical one. I learned that the other day as well. Mechanical is when you use a clay bar and you decontaminate using a clay bar for more stubborn areas. So while we have this like this, you can see how much of iron filings or iron deposit was on this wheel itself, which is quite shocking, and I'm glad I actually used that product. So you can see it's a good thing sometimes just to invest in some products, even though you're doing it on a budget. We're not looking to get all the dirt out right now. What we're doing is we're merely agitating so that the product is 100% on the actual surface itself after it has penetrated. So I made mental notes of all of those areas that still has dirt, tough cramps. You can see the filing looks like blood or something, or beetroot. So let's get this like this sitting on there, and then we'll agitate and just trying to be systematic, I think, is the most important aspect. Yeah, so start with the so-called dishes on this wheel and leaving the spokes for last, getting in between, getting on the edges, but you'll see after this process it is actually a lot cleaner, but it's still not 110%. Then I would do the faces of the wheel like this here, getting in the grooves and so forth. This having black wheels is actually a bit of a pain in the ass, as it's very difficult to keep clean. I think that's why I said I'm gonna go for a refurb, take it back to its original color. But for now, let's get them looking at least a little bit presentable. So those of you that want to look into starting to detail, or maybe starting 2020 with a new sort of business proposition or something like that there, this is actually quite therapeutic, and if you can earn money doing it, why not? But I guess you must have an OCD or some sort of addiction. Cocaine don't count, but never know these days. Everybody's on something. So now you want to rinse this off. You don't want to let this product sit for too long. Just work your way from the top all the way down. And you can actually see how the dirt is just flowing off. Again, I'm not going to do and show you all 4 videos, so I'll do one comprehensive video on one wheel, and you just multiply that by 4. If you have a 6-wheeler, 6. So if you have an 8-wheeler, 8. You do the maths. Let's turn this wheel around. Again, I'm not knocking off all the dirt. I'm not taking it to level 10. Just mildly cleaning the surface. Getting the dirt to roll off. Yeah. So like I said with the other video, is that because I'm not going, or because I'm gonna do a refurb on those wheels, I would have taken these caps off, cleaned them on the inside, so forth, like that there. But that's not the point of this here. You can go crazy, you can go wild, you can obviously blow your socks off when you're doing your own personal vehicle. Hopefully I do inspire you to go out there and do it. So now we're just using a wheel cleaner. I'm using the one by Angel Wax. It's called something like that there. And just getting off all of that grime. You want to get all the stubborn dirt bits there. Because I sprayed these wheels myself, some of it is not dirt, it's actually like overspray and things like that there. Like there at the bottom, that's actually overspray on the inside. But where it's not overspray, you can see actually is good. We'll just repeat the process like what we did with the iron out. This time we won't be using the small brush. So this was the small brush we used. We're now using a bit of a bigger brush because we've already hit the inner areas already. So now all we're doing is agitating all of the rest of the dirt off. Let's give the tire one more clean. And now we'll blast it off. After we're done blasting it off, those guys on a budget, they'll use a microfiber cloth. You can see the imperfections in the paint. I'll have to sort that out. That's actually disgusting. So those will use a microfiber cloth and dry this off. Just gonna use a So now that it's dry and looking a whole lot cleaner, what I'll do is I'll dress it with some tire dressing and things like that there, but for now we'll just take a break. Yes, this process is tedious, man. Yeah, so now we've done cleaning the wheels. Wheels look pretty decent, they look clean. Those of you from lanes or who have biryani pots as dishes will now sit with the auto sol and shine up your dishes. There's also some nice products for that. What I'm using to use on the tires, I'm using this Maguire's Endurance Tire Gel. I have it for like 4 years already. Use very little on this applicator bed. Again, you're going to hear me speaking about budget because this whole series is about how to detail your car on a budget. You can just get normal foam, cut it up and do it like this here. However, these things are cheap. They're like 5 Rand or 4 Rand or I don't know. They're cheap. So anyway, you'll go and apply your tire shine. Why I like to do this process now is because when the tire is off the ground, you can get to the entire area of it without skimping. So generally here at the bottom, what happens is because the tire sits on the ground, you can't really get to it at that point. So it's a nice time to do it off the ground. Don't worry about all of these here. We'll wipe it off because we are going to put a sealant over the tire, over the wheels. But again, that's not necessary. But we're just doing that for brake dust purposes and for some water beading effects. Work the tire dressing. Again, a little goes a long way, a long way. What we'll do is we'll just do a little bit over the tire, so all the visible parts of the tire, so that it looks completely clean. Yeah, so we'll do that. So if you remembered what I said, that if you don't clean the tire gel, in my case, won't stick nicely. Now you have a clean surface for it to bond to. So if you have a look at that wheel, it looks pretty much freaking brand new. But at the end of the day, if you're on a budget and if you don't have endurance tire gel, if you don't have something expensive, don't need to bother. What you used on the trim there on the trim, you can use it there as well. So find a product that you can use on your tires and your trim as well, and these products last a long time. You don't need to have a separate product like what I have. There you go, guys. That's how you clean a tire, that's how you clean the wheels, that's how you clean the decontaminate it, wash it out, all-purpose cleaner, so forth, blah blah blah. And then also some tips and tricks not to use acid-based washers on your wheels, as it might take out the paint work or things like that there on the wheel itself. But that's basically how you do it in a nutshell. I'll continue the process all four sides, and then hopefully in the next video we get to wash the car. Good luck. Cheers guys, have a good one.